What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
Massimo and Laura are coming back, not just for one, but for two really intense movies. Fans have millions of questions after seeing the first film, and today we're going to answer all of them for you, including the craziest one: is Massimo a vampire? Keep watching to see why you should be excited for 365 Days 2. Two more films. 365 Days, 365 Dni in Polish, is the film that proved to be the most successful Netflix film from 2020. Because of the enormous success it achieved, and despite the huge controversy its plot caused, we're now getting two more films. What's even better is that the amazingly talented and good-looking Michele Morrone will come back to reprise his role in both of these films. 365 Days was first released in theaters in Poland on the 7th of February 2020, and because of how popular it was there, Netflix picked it up for a global release. But not everyone accepted the film's provocative and intriguing plot. Because of the sensitive subjects utilized in the film, people all over the world expressed their feelings about how the plot glamorized maltreatment and kidnapping. However, it looks like nothing is stopping Netflix from continuing the story of Massimo and Laura. In fact, Netflix decided to continue the Polish drama not just for one, but two more films, as we previously mentioned. According to a lot more reports, the next two films will feature even more explicit scenes. Yet another thing you should be excited about is the fact that the film is coming out in 2022. 365 Days 2 is currently slated for a 2022 release. Unfortunately, there's no certain release date, but since the first film was released in February of 2020, we might as well expect another Valentine's Day present in 2022. The sequel started production in August 2020 in Sicily, but has been postponed due to the ongoing pandemic. Filming later resumed in May 2021. What's amazing is that both of the movies are filmed at the same time in Poland and Italy. New cast additions. Every member from the original cast will come back for the sequels of 365 Days 2. Massimo will be played by Michele Morrone, while Laura will be played by Anna Maria Sieklucka. The behind-the-scenes crew is also back, with the next two films directed by Laura Biel and Tomasz Mandes once again. Magdalena Lamparska will come back to reprise her role as Olga, and Torricelli will play Domenico. But you should mostly be excited about the new additions that include Simone Suziana, who will play the new character Nacho. The first film ends on a cliffhanger that's made fans wonder if Laura survives, but since her character is confirmed to be back, it's perfectly clear that she's alive. 365 Days plot. The original 365 Days plot features Massimo Torricelli, a mafia boss who kidnaps Laura Biel in order for her to fall in love with him. He gives her 365 days, hence the name of the film, to do this, and while she initially opposes the idea, she later gets involved in very steamy and sensual games while they spend time together. And Massimo's mission is finally accomplished. She is in love with him, but there is a lot of complexities in their relationship, as Massimo admits to hurting the guy who touched her, causing a feud between the two mafia families. The film ends on a major cliffhanger as Laura disappears while driving through a tunnel, likely kidnapped by a member of the rival mafia. This only brings us to 365 Days 2 plot. One thing is certain: we should expect a lot of drama in the sequel of 365 Days. The cliffhanger at the very end of the film indicates tension, but when you consider that there are two more novels in the series on which the film is based, Laura definitely survives. Based on the story of the second book, Massimo will find out about Laura's pregnancy and they will start living there happily ever after until when Marcello's Nacho Matos, played by Suziana, appears all of the sudden and kidnaps Laura. The big twist comes when Laura falls in love with him, leaving Massimo, well, pretty troubled. So the sequel will mostly focus on this love triangle. We also need to mention that Laura and her baby will find themselves in danger as Massimo's evil twin will show up. So expect tons of drama in the next film. We also need to mention that the second film might not follow the exact narrative of the book it is based on, and in that case, we might see a more peaceful plot, which we highly doubt. answers to all your questions. We will go straight to the craziest one. Is Massimo a vampire? Yes, there are thousands of theories suggesting Massimo is a vampire, and we beg you not to judge until you hear us explain ourselves. Remember when Massimo showed up in front of Laura saying, "Are you lost, baby girl?" Well, he literally showed up out of nowhere. How does he manage to appear and disappear so fast? Maybe 365 days won't go that far involving supernatural creatures in its story, but who knows? Also, who walks alone at night in the streets of some random vacation town? Now here's an interesting fact. Michele Morrone almost became a gardener instead of an actor. To be more precise, he almost gave up on his acting career and actually worked as a gardener. After his divorce in 2018, Michele had to work something, anything, in order to pay his bills, so he chose gardening. He said, "I found work as a gardener in a remote village of 1,000 inhabitants because I had no more money in my pocket." Thankfully, his acting career took a great turn later. Dramatic events follow. Because of the many steamy and violent scenes 365 Days portrays, the film is often referred to as Poland's 50 Shades of Grey. The first two books, 365 Dni, 365 Days, and 10 Dien, that's Day, were both published in 2018. The third and final book, Kolejne 365 Dien, another 365 Days, came out in 2019. The author of the books is Blanka Lipińska, and thanks to her books, fans found out the awful events that are about to happen to Massimo and Laura. Her books give one certain piece of information. Massimo and Laura won't ever live their happily ever after. The second book, as we previously said, continues the story of the first one, with Laura surviving the end of the first film and getting together with Massimo later. When you hear the book summary, well, you'll understand what we're talking about. Everything would be perfect if not for the fact that the gangsters are all around, crime hangs in the air, everyone is constantly trying to kidnap and end her life, and her best friend Olga blindly follows in her footsteps. Being the wife of the most dangerous man in Sicily has its consequences, and Laura will find this out painfully. The summary reads, we previously mentioned that the second film will also feature Massimo's evil British twin, Adriano, who will further cause various problems to the newlywed couple. Oh, expect to see Olga and Domenico together in the second film. However, most of Laura and Massimo's problems will be caused by Marcello Nacho Matos, because, well, Laura will fall in love with him. Can you imagine the things Massimo will do when he finds out about her falling in love with another man? Intensity. The third book is certainly the most complicated one of our beloved couple. It's not surprising that the fans were devastated by the series ending. We really don't know where to start, and we hope the film won't follow the plot of the third book. First and foremost, Laura has a miscarriage. She becomes addicted to alcohol, and then she needs a heart operation. This is when Nacho, whom she'll fall in love with in the sequel, helps her get the heart transplant. But the worst thing has to be Massimo sending Laura her dog in a box, lifeless. Massimo then kidnaps Laura again, and she succeeds in running away from him together with Nacho. She then becomes pregnant with his child. The end of 365 Days presents that Massimo is not capable of love. In fact, the book shows how terrible of a character he is. He is simply presented as a selfish man who is willing to go really far for the things he wants. Are you guys excited for 365 Days too? Let us know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed our video, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching.